What if one decision inside the White House prevented a much larger war? According to a report by the New York Times, President Donald Trump has temporarily backed away from plans to significantly escalate military action against Iran. But this wasn't simply a political calculation. It was driven by growing concerns inside the Pentagon that America's stockpile of Patriot missile interceptors and other critical air defense munitions was being depleted faster than expected. If those defenses become dangerously low, what could happen next? As military planners reviewed classified assessments, officials reportedly warned that expanding the conflict could leave U.S. forces and regional allies increasingly vulnerable. Every missile launched today could mean one less interceptor available for tomorrow's emergency. At the same time, fears grew that a broader conflict could spread across the Middle East, threatening key allies and creating consequences far beyond the battlefield. But why was this concern suddenly becoming so urgent? Behind closed doors, senior advisors and top cabinet officials met with President Trump to reassess America's strategy. Sources familiar with the discussions say military readiness became one of the central topics, with Pentagon officials emphasizing the importance of preserving air defense capabilities. The administration faced a difficult choice: continue escalating military pressure or reduce immediate risks while exploring other options. But one reported battlefield incident made that decision even more complicated. According to officials cited in the report, a recent wave of Iranian missiles and drones exposed new concerns about regional air defense capabilities. The incident reportedly intensified debates inside Washington about whether the United States could sustain a prolonged military campaign without placing its own defensive posture at greater risk. As military calculations became more complex, economic concerns also began to dominate the conversation. Could the world's economy become the next casualty? The Strait of Hormuz quickly became a major focus. Any disruption to this vital shipping route could affect global energy supplies, increase oil prices, disrupt international trade, and place additional pressure on economies already facing uncertainty. Military conflict was no longer viewed only through a security lens. It also carried potentially significant global economic consequences. Yet despite these growing risks, Washington insisted diplomacy had not been abandoned. The White House maintained that President Trump continued to prefer a diplomatic solution, while also emphasizing that all options remained available if Iran threatened U.S. interests or regional allies. This balancing act reflected the administration's attempt to avoid a wider conflict without appearing to weaken its strategic position. But the real question remained unanswered. Would diplomacy succeed before another crisis emerged? For now, the United States appears to be stepping back from a broader military